Welcome, Computer 7. First off, I apologize about any potential background noise. Stuck recording in a different location today. But, so we're going to work on our Google Sheets a little more, but this time with importing charts into there. So first off, we have the link to this data sheets on Moodle. When we open it, we're going to want to make sure we go File, Make a Copy, so that way we can edit it. Otherwise, you'll only be able to see it. You won't be able to make any changes, like inserting these charts. So to do these, what I'm going to want to do is just highlight my data. So click and drag. In this first one, where it's the favorite colors, I'm going to want to put in a circle graph. So to do that, I go Insert, Chart, and it gives me a recommended chart. Right now, this is recommending I do a bar graph, but in this case, that's not what I want. So if I use this drop down, it gives me some recommended, and I see one of them is this pie chart. Otherwise, as I scroll down, I can see various options as well. So I want pie chart. And once I get that, on the side here I can start, if I go over to customize, I can start changing some things around, like the chart style, so I can add a background color to it if I wanted. Maybe I want a gray background to it. I can make it 3D, or maximize the amount of space there it takes up. In the pie chart, this donut hole, I can start putting a hole in the middle if I wanted. I'm just asking about the slice label. This is an important one. I can either just label it, so it's putting the naming each color, or I can do value, so what number of people had liked that, percentage, or combination of the two. And then chart axis and title, so I can add a chart title where it has the text. I can put in the title, favorite colors. So the series. The series in this case is where it's looking at each data set, so like the blue, the orange, the green. So right now it's applying to the blue, and I can change it if I want. So maybe I want to go to the orange. And I want to change that color to a nice orange. That might not be showing there for you. I can click on the custom, and it'll bring me up this color picker, and you can change it from there. The green, maybe I want to make that one a nice green instead of that weird yellow. So the way these colors line up, pink, actually make it a pink, purple, that looks like a good purple, and red. So that way, now I might not even need those labels. Maybe the pink, I want to make it maybe a little pinker. Or maybe I can find a good one in custom, I don't know. Maybe something more like that. So that's our pie charts. Oh yeah, and then the legend. This is where it has it labeled on the sides. So if instead of auto, if I selected labeled, that's where it's doing that. I could do it on the right. So it just tells me on the right hand side here, hey, the blue colored is referring to the blue favorite color, and so on. Or if I wanted, I could turn it off altogether. So I'm going to put it on the left. So there's our circle chart pie graph. Histogram. This, we made one of these today in math class. So I'm going to start out again highlighting everything, just like before. Go Insert, Chart. But for the histogram, the bar graph that we're wanting, well, one, this gave me a line graph. I don't want that yet. So I'm going to go to this. So I'll see it's offering up a bar graph, but this isn't quite what I'm going to want. If I select this, it's going to take each person and just give me a bar that tells me how tall they are. So it can work well to quickly be able to see, hey, this is my tallest person, this is my shortest person. At that's not what I want. I'm going to scroll all the way down and this one here for a histogram. And this way now, it's kind of still like the bar graph, but it's saying from 55 to 61 right now, I had one person. 61 to 67, I had two people. So it's giving me a range of heights on the bottom and telling me how many people were within those ranges. So again, I can go over to customize, and there's some changes I can make, background color. On histogram, under the histogram one, this is one of the things that's different. Bucket size. Right now it's just saying, hey, choose automatically. What I can start changing it between, maybe I don't like the fact that they're 6 wide. Maybe I want them 5 wide. So now it's telling me 55 to 60, 60 to 65, or I could make it 2. So I'm getting more bars that way. Or I can do 1. I could do 10. Probably don't want that large because I'm only getting 3 bars. Either leaving it at auto or 5 seems pretty good in this case. Again, I can start changing the axes or titles. So the title itself is the text. If I type, I can change these. And I might notice that my vertical axis here, my y-axis, is labeled heights. So I'm going to change that vertical axis because that's not the heights. That's the frequency. And then my horizontal axis are the heights going across. And again, I can start changing the series, so I can take those heights and start changing the color. Maybe I want it yellow instead, or red. The legend. And various things I can start playing around with from there. And then the last one is our line graph. Number of people in store at certain times of day. Again, I'm going to highlight it all, insert chart. In this case, it gave me a line graph. Now, took that whole text and put it as the vertical axis. I'm going to go ahead and change that. So if I click on it, or if I went over to customize the chart axis and titles, I'm just going to delete everything else and just leave it as number of people. And again, as I go through the customize, I can start changing some things. I can make it a smoother line. I can change the color, the line type. Again, stuff on the legend. Like in this case, maybe the title I only have the one line. I probably don't need that, so I'm just going to turn it off. Start changing some things. Like maybe I have a label over the horizontal axis, vertical axis. Maybe I want to show the grid lines on this. But yeah, so those the charts. So what you'll want to do is make a copy of this spreadsheet, which will not have the charts on it still. Put these charts in, and then make sure you go up here, and who's the one person this is already shared with? But you'll want to click share and enter my email address, s.mcquiston@PackCharter. You should have already shared something with me, so it'll probably pop up like it did there. You can just click on me. Alright? Oh, it's shared with Sanderson. Alright, sounds good. Have a great day. Thanks.